welcome back to Tiz of All Trades. My name is Tisdale. I'm a part-time reseller for eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Today is a What Sold Wednesday video where I go over items that I have sold. Typically it's in the past week. So as I mentioned before, I am a part-time reseller, so I have a full-time job. I also have 2 kids and a family, so it's been pretty difficult trying to balance all of it and do, I guess, a good job at all of them. So I'm going to step back from I was doing about 2 videos a week to 1 video a week and see if that balances things out. So the What Sold Wednesday videos I'm going to do every 2 weeks, I think. And then haul videos every 2 weeks as well, so they'll kind of interchange. I'll do 1 week it'll be a haul video, the next week it'll be a what sold video, so it'll cover 2 weeks. And then in regards to numbers, I'm still going to share those, but I think I'm only going to do them monthly. So at the end of each month, I'll do kind of a wrap up where I'll include the numbers, just because I think it's an easier kind of bird's eye view at numbers versus going over them every single week. Plus it just helps save me on time and making the videos. I do enjoy doing them. It's still obviously a learning experience for me. I'm a very introverted person who doesn't like, I guess, putting themselves out there. Even if it is talking to a camera, it is still weird for me. With that being said, moving forward, for today's video is just going to be a What Sold Wednesday video. So I'll go over the items that sold the past 2 weeks, and then I'll also go over my numbers because it is the first part of December. So I'll go over my numbers for November and kind of compare them to the month before in October to see how kind of things measured up, what I think I did right, wrong, and kind of all of that in between. So first I'll go over my numbers for November, and for the most part I was up aside from quantity and margin. So I was down one unit for November versus October, and then down 2% for my margin. However, sales were up, profit 180, and retail was up almost $400, with about ASP was up about $5, so that's still pretty good. I was hoping to see a little bit more lift than that for November, just because it is getting into Q4. However, because I'm a clothing reseller for the most part, I don't really expect to see quite the lift that a lot of people who sell, I don't know, new items or toy items that really get into Q4 and Amazon and all of that. I don't expect to see that kind of lift, but I was hoping to see a little bit more. However, if you catch my haul video for next week, you'll see that I did pick up a little bit more items that are out of the ordinary for me. So more toy items, vintage items, books, and things like that. So I am trying to dabble a little bit more in that and pick up and learn what I can as I go. So just to go over my numbers so they're clear, I sold 74 units. Again, it was down from last month where I sold 75. And then retail, I sold $2,823.29. And then profit from that is $1,610.19. And that gave me an ASP of $38.15 and a margin about 57, which I'm good. I'm okay with a 57% margin. We're always going to want to be higher than we are, right? Of course, I want to be higher than 57%, but that's not a bad margin for me. I would like more quantity sold, I think, and then I'm also working on my ASP. As I mentioned in previous videos, I am really challenging myself to only pick up items that I can resell and make a profit of at least $35, which I feel like has been tricky for me to pick up, a large amount of items to sell that hit that kind of goal. With that being said, I'm still going to continue picking up bread and butter items that I know is going to flip fast. I also know that these numbers are relatively low than what you see on social media. I'm sure you've heard it before of, you know, people sharing their large numbers. They made sales of, you know, $10,000 for the month, but just please remember you don't know what they paid for the item. So that's kind of why I like to be a little more transparent, because these are my real numbers. This is, you know, really what I've made. And I am continuing to grow, but it's definitely a small kind of side hustle right now. But as I learn and continue to grow, I hope those numbers increase. Just don't be hard on yourself whenever you see those numbers, because I do the same thing. I am scrolling through Instagram and I see so and so, you know, made $10,000, $20,000 in sales. But what we need to remember is they're not showing their cost. You know, how much do they pay for it? How much do they lose in fees and different things like that, because that is important. Profit is really what is key. So where I had $1,600 in profit, I'm okay with that. Yes, I want to continue to grow that, and ultimately I would really like to be somewhere more around 5,000 would be great in profit. But it's a process, just continuing to learn and also grow inventory slowly. I've gotten to a place where I don't come out of pocket for any inventory that I buy or any kind of merchandise that I buy thrifting. I don't come out of pocket for that anymore. It's all in my business bank account, and I pull the money from there. If it's not in there or I've kind of hit my limit for the month, I don't buy anything else. But no more do I take money from my personal account and use that. So it is a slower process, but it's something that I feel more comfortable, and it's more stable for me. Now we will go over the actual items that sold the past 2 weeks again. I'm going to be doing 2 weeks now, so it's not going to be every week. And I'm only going to pick 5 items for both eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, but I only have 2 items for Mercari, so it doesn't hit that five mark. Just to kind of limit it, I don't want to make an hour-long video. So I kind of just picked my favorite items that have sold, and I guess more items that I'm more excited about that have sold. First is this Pricks neon orange tie-dye cutout dress. This dress I think I picked up at Goodwill quite a while back. It's supposed to be just all orange, neon orange color. And I didn't notice until I got it under my lights to take pictures that it had this kind of light staining on it. I'm not sure what it was, but I washed it and it wouldn't come out. Tried, you know, all my methods and it wouldn't come out. So I thought it was a really cute shirt, and I wasn't sure exactly what to do with it. So I decided I was going to try to tie-dye it, and, you know, it's either I throw it away or I try and see what happens. So I did watch a couple of videos on YouTube and tried a tie-dye method, and it turned out really cool. The bleached part actually turned purple. So the complement of the color ended up working out really, really well. And I ended up listing it, and it sold for $40. And the girl that got it actually said that it looks even better in person. So I was very stoked, kind of nervous for her to get it. I just wanted to make sure she loved it. But she did, and it was very exciting because it was kind of personal, because I, you know, touched it up a bit. And then we have these Lululemon Pretty, P-R-I-T-T-I, I think is how you say it, Pretty leggings. They are this like charcoal gray with a ruffle detail, super cute, and these sold for $30. And then I have this Maeve red lace peplum shirt. I actually thought it would do better and sell faster. I've had it for quite some time, but it just didn't for whatever reason, but it did finally sell for $18. And the fourth item is actually a bundle of 4 items, 3 of them being Starbucks, either mugs or tumblers, and then also some hair ties that I had grouped together in a separate listing. And these sold for $113. I was hoping to get a little bit more for them, but since he was grouping so much together, I gave him a pretty good deal, I think. 2 of them were brand new, or 3 of them were brand new. 2 of them I actually bought at Starbucks, hoping to flip them and try that whole deal. Had them for a while, and they hadn't flipped, but they're super cute. He was buying them, I think, for his girlfriend, so he was very excited to get them, and I was happy to see them go, and hopefully his girlfriend loves them. Fifth and final item for Poshmark this week is this built custom motorcycle jacket. This jacket I actually did get at the bins, but it was in brand new condition. You could just tell it hadn't been worn. The only flaw it had was the label was coming off. It was kind of fringy, but it sold for $50. Now we will go on over to eBay. And first is this Barefoot Dreams sweater, kind of this taupey color. I loved this sweater. I really want a blanket. I just don't want to pay for the blanket. But this sweater actually sold internationally for $50 plus shipping. The next item is this white BTS sweater. This is actually an item that my son picked up at a yard sale for $1, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. And the third item for eBay is this Free People black off the shoulder super cute dress. I think I got it at the Bend, if I'm remembering correctly, and it sold for $32 plus shipping. And then fourth item for eBay is this Cricut or Cricut, I'm not sure how to say it, cake mini machine. It sold for $100 plus shipping. It is, I guess, specifically for cake, because I know the Cricut machines typically will cut out like stickers or paper or, you know, things like that, but I didn't know they actually had the ones for cake or fondant, and you kind of lay it down and it will cut the designs out for like the cake icing, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it sold for $100 plus shipping. And the last item for eBay is this Monsters Inc. Boo in a costume plush. It's when she was in the monster costume. Super cute, small, and it actually sold for $50 plus shipping. And lastly, we have Mercari. So I only have 2 items from Mercari, but one of them is pretty good. So any sales in Mercari, I'm happy with, because it just doesn't happen very often. The first being this set of 2 bralettes, like lace Victoria's Secret bralettes. I sold for $15. And then the last is this Our Generation mini dolls. I actually thought they were American Girls when I bought them. I think I paid $10 for everything. So there's 8 dolls and then accessories. I thought they were American Girl minis, but they're Our Generation. Don't really know anything about those, but they look very similar, and they sold for $88. That's it for what sold Wednesday. Again, I'm only going to be doing these every 2 weeks, and then in between those 2 weeks I'll be doing a haul video, and I'm only going to be sharing my numbers once a month, so just kind of the wrap up for the month and how it went compared to the month before. And then maybe I'll also start getting into year over year as I start overlapping a little bit more, because it wasn't until probably around this time last year that I was a little bit more serious in reselling and putting a lot more effort into it. So obviously my inventory was a lot smaller, and there's just different things to take in consideration. So I'll have to look and see how I want to handle that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope things are going well for you. Stay safe, and if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to see content like this. And we'll see you next time. Bye.